Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another live haul video. Gonna give it a second to wait and make sure like the quality is okay because I got some stuff going in the background, but it looks like it's gonna be okay. So I wanted to get this do this live haul because I have a couple things, as you can see, that are going out today. So we'll start with this first, and hopefully I can finish before the mail person gets here. So this first box is it's 2 items, combined shipping. I picked one up at a Goodwill and one up at a yard sale. And I'll tell you how much I got them for. First is a vintage Polaroid that I've sold plenty of times, even if it doesn't work. And that's the Polaroid One Step Close-Up. I have someone that pretty much buys all of my Polaroids from me, and they usually like have an offer in within an hour of listing because they follow the store. So I got this at a yard sale for $2, and like I said, Polaroid One Step Close-Up. And the second one is another Polaroid, and it's the first time I've ever found this one. These are both untested, and that's a Polaroid Impulse with this little button that opens up, the flash comes out. So I paid $1.99 for this also. So I have $3.99 into them, and the same buyer bought both of them for $35. So $35, and I think it cost about $7 to ship. So 7 and 4, I'm into it for 11 and fees, you know. So that's good. I love these. Like I said, they always sell extremely fast, like the same day. I do most models. I do have one that's been sitting for a little while, but it's not the One Step Close-Up. So next up, we'll go through the shoes. Like I said, I'm going to try to make the mail today. So these are Earth Spirit Gel Round 2000. These are the Emily clogs. I paid $3.99, I think pink. $2, $2 or $4 anyways. I do have an offer I think I saw that just came in on this. I'll have to check it out and see. These are Dr. Scholl's Nessas, and I paid $3. I believe pink was half off, so another $2, maybe $4. Good condition. I do have a pair of these that have been sitting in my inventory, but they are on the smaller side, so I expect these to sell a little bit faster. These are Air Soles, like a black pebbled leather mock toe, and I paid $4 for these. This is a brand that I've passed a lot, and I just started picking up because I figure it's got to sell considering everything else I do. And these are Hush Puppies. No, sorry. These are Nun Bush. I picked up a few pairs of these after looking at comps. Just a Nun Bush tassel loafer, I guess. They're in really good condition. I already cleaned off the price, but I want to say I paid $4 for these. I love when I find doubles and stuff like this because it's like really quick to list. The exact same shoe, same size. They're 11.5 wides. These are Rockports. They're not the Eureka, but they're very similar to the Eureka, and it's basically like kind of a walking Oxford. I did pay $6 a piece, but Rockports, and they're wides, and they're in very good condition. So I think I listed them around $30, but we'll see. Rockport's been doing good. Next up is some clogs. We have Tom McAn Black Suede. I picked these up because they were half off, so I paid $3 for them. And they're in good shape and a little bigger. And then women's Clark's brown leather clogs. I paid $4 for these, in really good shape. No scuffs or anything, and the bottom's in good shape still. I picked these up and I actually thought these were Prevos at first, but these are Merrow, the Polar Tech. I forget what they're called. The Plaza. I think the Plaza Mid. It's like a wedge clog. I paid $5 for these, but they're in really good shape. They are on the smaller side. I think that they're a 6. but those are a good find. Next up, I have a bunch of men's loafers. These are another Nunn Bush, but like a brown leather woven tassel loafer. $4 for these. Paid $4 for these men's polo. I need to do a little bit more research. They're kind of like a penny loafer, but then they have like this leather work, so I'm not sure. But $4, really good shape. The bottom's not too worn out, and no creasing. Inside, you can see these are in really good condition. Sorry, I have things like spread all over. Sperry topsiders. These are like the gray nubuck leather and pink. Good colorway. Good condition. A little bit. They're not even that small. They're 7.5. So these should probably go pretty quickly. I think this is the first pair of women's Rockports that I bought. They're kind of like, I've compared them to Cole Haans before. You know, a dressier shoe, and then you have like the athletic sole. These are Rockport Walkability, and they have the Adiprene sole by Adidas. I paid $4 for these. They're in really good shape, so I'm excited to see how these do. Guess, I really don't know if these will sell well or not, but they are in good condition, and they were only a couple bucks, so I decided to take a chance and pick these up. Just your basic bread and butter Clark's mules, like with the chunk heel. Actually, I have heard a lot of like these kind of 90s style shoes with the chunky heel sell really quickly if you have the right keywords. And so, I think that was Lauren Thrifts on Instagram was talking about it. But like the chunk heel, grunge, goth, 90s. So I'm probably going to experiment with that and see if that helps. Men's dress ports by Rockport. These are just like a really light wingtip in that maroon colorway. The Vibram sole, real good condition. Like there's no heel drag or anything. And I paid $4 for these. I've never picked these up before. These are Stuart McGuire, and just like a kilty tassel loafer in that maroon oxblood color. Very good condition, like no wear at all. They looked like a nice shoe. They felt like a quality shoe. I paid $3.99 for them, so I'm curious to see how these do. Similar with, I think this is the last pair of Nunn Bush that I bought. They do have a like more of a vintage look. I don't know if they're vintage, but they're in really good shape. I paid $5 for these, but you know, there's like no wear to them at all and very little creasing on top. So hopefully that brand does well. More Sperry's, which is awesome because I think I shipped out like 3 pair this morning. These are just like a mock, basically like a slip-on mock instead of like your normal boat shoe. Two of the nicer pairs of shoes that I picked up was the Bostonian Signia Soft Oxford. This just feels like a really nice shoe. The leather feels like it's a lot more it just feels more quality. These were $5. They do have some creasing, but like the leather is still really soft and plush. Whereas these, definitely the higher end shoes, these are Allen Edmonds Madison Ave. I paid $4 for these, and they're actually, I mean, like the soles are in good shape. There's no scuffs or scratches, but there is this spot on the toe that has like this little dent. I'm not really sure, like someone set something on their shoe. So I just took a picture of it and noted it. These are like a $385 shoe. These are a lot less, but for some reason these feel like, I don't know, they just feel like a better shoe to me. So anyways, And the last couple pairs of shoes, I was buying track spikes for a while, and then I stopped because they weren't the greatest. But because of the brand, and they're in really good shape. The heels are in good shape. All the spikes are in good shape, and they're an okay size. They're 8. They're on the smaller side. But we'll see how these are the Nike Rival M, whatever that means. So track spikes, it's not I don't know if I have no idea when track season is. So, and then my nephew actually found these. So shout out to John if you watch this. And I took him thrifting, and while I was looking at something else, he found these. These are the Nike Flight Little Pennies. They kind of remind me of like a LeBron. They don't have laces, but other than that, they are in really good shape. I paid $5.99 for these, and I have no idea where comps are at. I just thought it was a cool looking shoe. I can't see myself losing money on it, but I don't know if it's like a really good sale or not. So I'll let you guys know about that. I did pick up some clothes, so I'm going to go through those really quick before the mail gets here. This was cool. Men's Harley Davidson. I think it's a cooler graphic than a lot of Harley shirts. You do have like this all over print, birds and skulls and all that stuff. So I actually got 2 of the exact same shirt, which will be easy to list. And they are in really good shape. A lot of times Harley shirts are kind of blown out or faded, but these are not. These are in really good shape. This is also Harley. This might be a really cool... It is a cool find. It might sell for a nice chunk. We'll see. But it's a men's Harley Davidson denim vest with like embroidered patchwork on the back. I'm not sure what size it is because it was cut out, which I hate when people do that. You're going to leave this tag, but you're going to cut out that tag. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'll have to do measurements and look a little bit more when I'm doing the comps and see if anyone else has measurements so I can try to get the best idea as to what size that is. These are just some Abercrombie and Fitch, like jogging athletic shorts. They were pink, so they were half off. They only cost a couple bucks. Good shape. And I know Abercrombie always had more of a slim cut to their clothes, so that seems to do well. I picked up more jeans than I have in a long time because I was at a thrift store where I never look at I just got into a habit of like what I was looking at. I would go do shoes and then like men's clothes, basically men's button-ups. The pants there are never any good, and the women's section is so big that I've never messed with it. But on this day, I decided to go through their jeans, and they actually had quite a bit. So I wanted to try it because, I felt like I was leaving a lot of money. These were $6, and these are women's silver jeans with the flat pocket, the big stitching, distressed without like holes. So everything about these jeans tells me that they would sell well. I have not tried this brand before. This is the Pioneer bootcut. So we'll see how those do. Same thing with this pair. This is women's Big Star. They don't have the flat pockets, but they do have that design with the distressed pockets. Big stitching. These weren't marked, which I actually got really lucky because one pair, this was supposed to have a tag on it, and I guarantee they were supposed to be $20, but they weren't marked, so I got them for $4. And these also were on the same rack. They weren't marked, and every other pair of jeans were $40. But because I have a good relationship, she was like, how's $10 sound? So she put a tag on there and marked it, so if I did want to take them back. But these are the Miss Me jeans, the jegging, so, denim leggings, good condition. It's not missing any of the studs or crystals or anything. So $10 for Miss Me jeans, and like nice Miss Me jeans. Really excited about that one. These are a little bit on the older side, so I don't know how they'll do, but they were like $4 or $5, and they're men's Affliction jeans from the Buckle. They do. They have the embroidery stitching on the back, On the front, they do have some of this like print, which I think is kind of tacky, but we'll see how they do. J. Crew cropped matchstick. I think these are like a Capri. These are women's J. Crews. They were pink, so I paid $2.50 for them. Another tag was Polo quarter zip for $2.50. I think is what the price is now when they're half off. Oh yeah, I forgot I got these vintage Tommy Brown chinos. So they're really plain. They do have the Tommy flag on the back, and they are vintage. So we'll see how they do. I don't expect to get like a ton out of these. I'm not even sure if they will sell. Most of the vintage Tommy is like jackets, shirts, t-shirts, windbreakers, stuff like that. The pants, I do have some vintage Tommy cargos that are still setting, so we'll see what happens with those. This was another find from my nephew John. He was very excited to find this. And it's a North Face men's flannel. And then one of the coolest things from that trip, in my opinion, is this men's full zip Stussy fleece. And so you got like the red and then like this desert camo full zip with your pocket right here. Now, I haven't looked up comps on that yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it sells really well because it's a brand that I've seen on round 2. I remember wearing this brand when I was younger, back when like PacSun sold it, when it was still Pacific Sunwear. So I have no idea. If I had to guess, I would say in like the 30 to 40 range, but we'll see. So that wraps it up for the live haul. I'm going to get out of here and pack these Polaroids back up, and then I got to get that out so that I can finally get to work. So I hope everyone's having a good week, had a good 4th, and I will talk to you guys soon.